Today I'll be talking about Jamia, the green iguana. This is Jamia in this cage right here. I've been having her for 8 years, and there's some very interesting things you would like to know about Jamia. The first time I seen iguana when I worked at a child care facility, and they had a petting zoo. I was so amazed about how well the iguana behaved with the kids. I decided maybe one day I would like to have one. So I had to talk with my sister, and my sister said, if you do your research first, then maybe by Christmas you can get an iguana. I did my research. The next thing I know, we went to Petco to look at the iguanas, just to look at them and see how they look and how they behave with humans. The gentleman told me, get the biggest baby iguana that you can find, because most likely those are the healthy ones. So he went into the iguana enclosure and took her out. But before he could get her out, complete out the cage, she jumped out his hand and ran across the floor. Me not knowing that they can run like this, she runs on her back legs. So we had to go underneath some crates to pull her out. I got her home. I really didn't handle her for 2 weeks because I was still kind of scared of her. Then we got into the routine of taking naps together. I would wrap her in towels and then put a blanket over her and pet her, and she would go to sleep. She's a lot smaller than what you see right here at the cage. She was really sweet and wanted to be held all the time. So I used to pick her up when I came home from work. She's also pretty well with cats, but not if they're too aggressive. Years ago, we had a cat, Mamacita. One time, this is a dog kennel, so I had to put her in here because she's a lot bigger. But before, she had a mush tank. The mush tank consists of like netting, where it helps with the smell, because they do poop. They poop somewhat like dogs, but their pee is totally different. The clothes she had before didn't have all these. She had vines in this one because they like to climb a lot. And when she was a baby, if you look at her nails, or some of them are kind of broken off where they like to bury underneath the dirt and dig a lot. The ones that's not totally broken off, they tend to grow back, but a lot of hers haven't. And approximately most time, their tails and their bodies are about the same length. About the same length of their bodies. And there are things you need to have when you get an iguana. You need to have a strong enclosure where they can't get out, because the much tank she had, she's escaped out of it, so I had to get her a dog kennel. And these, since they're made out of like black iron and they're coated, with her the heat lamp up here, it doesn't get overheated where it will burn her. They have to have at least 3 lights. The light on the end over here, at the very end, is for her bones, because they can get disfigured if you don't keep them. If you don't keep them with light. The light up here is a daylight where they sunbathe like they're in the sun outside. And then she has a red light, this one right here, that's for nighttime, that she uses at night. Most time they have 75 watt, but I always give her 100 watt where it keeps her nice and warm. And then this basin light in this container right here is just the big one, and this is a little stronger. This is 150 watt, because they tend to get, they're cold-blooded animals, they're reptiles, so she has to be nice and warm. Also, you will need calcium for their bones, so you put this over their food. I have a glove. This is a little stronger because their nails tend to be really, really sharp, like razor blades. So you have to, you can wear gloves like these, or you can wear garden gloves with the fingers cut out. They also have like a litter that you put at the bottom of the tank. She can eat this and it won't make her sick because it's made out of like coconut. And also a water bottle. You spray them down to help them shed. and to keep them nice and moist. You can also bathe them. She gets a bath when she need. You can smell when they need a bath. You spray it down. You mist her, and it helps with the shedding. You can even rub her and help her shed. But these are the books I had to use before I could get her. This one is the Essence of Iguanas, and this one is The Guide to Owning an Iguana. These are two reference books I use. Even now, I go back and look at them and see if I need to do something better to make her happier. Some people may tell you that you can feed them crickets. You shouldn't feed them crickets because it makes them aggressive and it does something to their bone structure. The only thing I feed her is vegetables or fruit. They say they can have some nuts, but she hasn't had nuts before. She eats strawberries, bananas, sweet peas, carrots, watermelon. She loves bananas. Right, Maya? You love bananas? She loves bananas. You can give them canned vegetables. You can give them fresh vegetables. But when they're babies, you have to take the food and you can even just give them baby food when they're baby iguanas because they don't have teeth. When they're babies, they don't have teeth, so you give them baby food because they can't chew it. When they get older, they get teeth, but they're like little razor blades in their mouths. She would let me. I could pull down the little thing under her chin, and you can see her little teeth. They look like little razor blades. And now she's smiling. And they tend to, when she was a baby, I didn't know that you're not supposed to put your finger so close to their mouth. Luckily I had a glove on. She clamped down on it. She didn't have any teeth, but by her mouth clamping down on the glove, it tore the fingers of the gloves off. Most of the time they turn like a brown color, but she's a green iguana, but you can tell like her head is like a darker brown. She's mostly green. But what's the pretty thing about it, they have multi-colors on them because she have a little pink, a little blue, a little passion pink, a little red in different spots. On their stomach, I usually use a little protein grease because it helps them because their skin is kind of rough where it dries out. They can have babies without mating, but most times they'll tell you if they mate, the female iguana can die. So she's never been mated, but they can go to the veterinarian and their ovaries can be taken out. Most of them they go to the stomach and check and see if their ovaries are enlarged. If not, sometimes if they haven't had any babies, their ovaries will shrink up by themselves. She's 8 years old. She never had any babies, so I didn't have to worry about getting her ovaries taken out because they're very small. She likes when she was smaller, she used to ride on my shoulder or my back. She's a little bigger, so it's a little more harder to control her. During the summertime, I take her outside, and she stays in her cage. But if our pets, no other pets are outside, she can walk around. They tend to get a little aggressive if you leave them in the sun too long, so she don't really go in the sun. She'll go out there every once in a while. But other people don't know, their vision is totally different than dogs. They can see you, but they see us in color. They don't see us in black and white. So the way she see you is the way she see you. She see you just the way you look. Right now she's a little sleepy. It's her nap time, but she's hanging with me to let me do my speech. If you notice, this tank is maybe 4 or 5 times her size because she likes to crawl around, and she can actually get up here and hold on to the cage. She has 2 things when she was a baby. They're where she can sunbathe underneath this lamp right here. So she can stretch her body out. She also has a stick where she can lounge on. And then she has like a little bowl down here at the bottom, like a little dish. You put her water and food, so you drink water just like any other animal. Also, you can walk them on a leash. This is her baby leash. When she was a baby, this is how small it is. So you can actually walk them. This is her first leash. She has another one, but it's made the same as this one, but it doesn't have the little arm holes where you stick their arms through, because she's a lot bigger. The spikes on her back, they look like they're real like hard, but they're kind of soft. When she was a baby, they were really, really soft. It's when she got older, that's what most time when she sheds it. The base of her tail is about this big around, so that's what they use to protect themselves. Their tail can detach. Well, if it is detached, when it grows back smaller than it was when they first had it. This is my speech. This is Jamia, and thank you for listening.